Okay class, in this video we're going to go over how to add the hatches here. Okay, this hatch, the select fill, the earth, or the grade, the concrete that you see when you cut the beam and the slab. We're going to put the line type for the insulation also, and we're going to create these break lines. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with the break lines now that we're there. So the break lines, we have done this line just to keep us in track on the where to stop. Uh, so for now, I'm going to get rid of that line. So let's start with the break line. For the break line, we're going to create it here. And if you go to actually here, Express Tools, okay, on top, there's a break line symbol right here. Okay, now we're getting ahead here of ourselves, but just so you can see the how to do it, and then later on uh, you can ask your basic AutoCAD or your intermediate AutoCAD instructor about this. So I'm going to go to a break line symbol here. I'm going to go to size, okay, and I'm going to put 1/16 of an inch, okay, and then just a matter of drawing that line. So I'm going to click around here to there, press enter, and there's our break line. Okay, so I'm just going to move it a little bit down, and I'm just going to extend, make sure that these lines are going to extend to that line that I have, okay, which I think I do. This line, so this line is not extended, so I'm going to just extend that line right there, like that. I'm going to copy this, go straight down, make sure you have your ortho on, straight down, and I'm going to put it right about here, okay, to show that this also continues, but we're going to break it right there. So just make sure those lines connect. For example, this one, I'm going to trim that section there, and there we go. Okay, so the lines do continue, or they should stop at the break line. The break line means that these lines do continue, but we're not going to draw them. Okay, that's what it means. So we have our break lines now. Now let's add the hatches, and let's start with this hatch here. Now notice here it has a hatch, but it has some sort of like a circular, actually it was a circle, but it was trimmed. And we need that shape so we can add the hatch. The hatch, whenever you add a hatch, it has to be in an enclosed area for it to work. So before we add this hatch, we need to create this shape here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to circle, and kind of not right from the middle of it, just go a little bit down, maybe around there, and create a circle, and more or less eyeball it. No, don't do it too small, don't do it too big, just keep it to proportion. I'm going to put it about there. Okay, now we need to create this line here. This is where the grass or the dirt is. Okay, we need to leave 8 inches here by code. Okay, that's what the part of the concrete you'd see at the bottom of the houses. And we went to see the house at there was in construction. We discussed that. So from here, this is my brick, right? So from here, I'm gonna go 8 inches down. Right, so it's right here. So from here, I'm just gonna go to my the polar tracking, set it to about 15 degrees, and I'm just gonna do a line. I'm gonna eyeball line around there. Okay, so now I'm gonna trim the part that I don't need. Actually, let me get rid of this because I don't need it. I'm gonna trim the part of the circle that I don't need. So I'm gonna go to trim, select this line, enter, and then get rid of that I don't need. Okay, so now I have the shape that I need for me to add the hatch. So the hatch is going to be actually right here. Click on it. When you click on hatch, you click on the enclosed area where you're going to add the hatch. So I'm going to click right here. If it's not working properly, then you have something that it's opened. Alright, so click here, and now the hatch, I don't want that hatch. The hatch that I want, it's earth. So if you scroll down, there's one that is called earth right here. That one right there. Now notice the hatch is way too dense, too small. So you just come up here and change the scale. I think this one at 12 should be fine. There you go. 12 is fine. Okay, so once you do that, just click here, close hatch creation, and your hatch is done. Now I can get rid of this line and my hatch stays. Okay, now let's add this hatch here. This hatch here is going to be for the select fill, and we're going to put the sand hatch. So hatch, okay, click right here. Now notice it's not, okay, it worked. Okay, click right there. If it's not clicking or it's not giving you the hatch, more than likely there's something open here. Maybe this line is too short, or maybe that line is too short. If, just in case if it does that, check that. Okay, now this one we need sand, and is this one AR sand? Now notice you can't see it because on this hatch that's the scale is too big, so I'm going to put it back to 1, and there you go. That's what I want. And then for this one we're going to put concrete. So hatch again. I'm going fast, but you can stop this video and do it at your own pace. So I'm going to hatch that section. Don't forget this section here. Make sure it's all that it's enclosed. And for this one, we're going to use, there's a concrete, this one, AR concrete. Right, so we have those hatches done. All right, actually I forgot, for the brick also we're going to do the brick. And the brick, notice we're just going to do the hatch showing that it's being cut through the brick. So let's go ahead and hatch. Okay, select this section here. All right, now we're going to go and hatch for that one. It's this generic one. It's, let me see, it's AR, it's just a bunch of lines at 45. ANSI31. And the scale is too small, so we're going to bring it up 12. Still too small. I'm going to bring it up to 24. That looks about right. Okay. So we have our hatches. Now I'm going to do the, now this is not a hatch. This is an actual line, but it has a different line type. The line type of this, notice here, it's a line. We go to properties. But the line type is batting. So in your case, you might not have this line type, so you need to load it. So in my case, I do have it, but let me show you the steps on how to load it. You're going to come to properties here on the home tab, properties, actually right here. Now I have it here because it's loaded, but you might not have it loaded. So what you have to do, go to other, load, and then come and look for batting. Right here, batting. Select it, put OK. In my case, I already have it, so in your case, you're going to see it here appear. Once it's there, just go ahead and put OK. And it'll be just a matter of doing a line. Very simple. So I'm going to do a line from here, from this midpoint down to here. Enter. So now it looks like a line, but now I'm going to change the line type of this line to batting. So now I come here, and it should be here because I load it. So I'm going to put batting. There you go. So it changes. Now the batting or the line type is too big on this scale. We haven't covered scales. That's something we're going to cover in basic AutoCAD. But for the purpose of the video, just go to properties. So if this is closed, all you have to do is click on this line, right click, go to properties, and then here on line type scale, notice that our batting is there. We're going to put, I think it was 0.4. 0.4, there we go. So it's going to change actually, let's do 0.3 maybe? 0.35. That looks good. Okay, so play around with this number so that it shows your batting inside the stud right there. That's a stud. Okay, this right here, that's your gypsum board, and this right here on the outside is your seating. So it has to be inside the stud, on the cavity. And then we do another line here for the insulation that it goes between the joists. Okay, change it to line type. Change it to batting. Too big. This one I think it's might be 0.5 maybe, maybe 0.6. No, 0.5 or 0.55. And this one's off center because of that cut right there. So I'm just gonna move it like that. And there's actually no. Let's put it 0.5 like that. Looks cleaner. Okay, so that's the insulation that goes in between the cavity and the joists. This is the insulation between the cavity between the studs. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here. Go ahead and add to the wall section to all the members that you created in the previous video. Now go ahead and add the hatches and the line types. So it's the insulation, it's the brick, it's the concrete that you cut through the beam in the slab, is the select fill, and is the earth, the grate. Okay. And when you added also this line here to show so you can see the actual foundation, part of the foundation, and then we have this cut right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that.